Alright, where did I put it? Here? No. Let me check downstairs. Here? No. Here? What? Here? Here? Oh, then let's check. No! Alright, cut that. Hello everyone and welcome to the first series of SafeCraft, where cautions mix with Minecraft and created a series. During this whole play, I would only be able to die as many as 10 times, which means I would aim to make things slower, more concentrated, and adaptively. Wow, big words in this script. Not only that, I would also have to relearn things on Minecraft since I used to be a Minecraft PE player. So you might have seen me and sometimes on your SMP or your server, even Realm. So safe to say, getting used to keybinds would be quite interesting. Okay, so starting up with the basics. Wood, and we would also need some food. And with that, we could also need some place for us to stay to make the base. If I could just kill this count real quick. Finally, okay. Okay, we would also need some stones, since we would probably need some stone tools to start. Okay, this place should be good. Going up, 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 up. Oh, how do I? Okay, okay. All right. Quite a struggle, but we have ourselves some stones, and yeah, let's mine some stones and grab ourselves some stone tools for the beginning. If I could craft myself a crafting table, yeah, okay, simple, simple, sticks, and oh, how do I alt tab? Oh, okay, okay. Is it right click or is it left click? Okay, I use scroll. That's left. Okay. And we need ourselves some more wood to make some stone. Wood pickaxe. Alright. And no. Nope. Okay, that and a wood axe. Mining ourselves some coal. We'll finally manage to get ourselves some stone to make ourselves some furnace and some stone tool. Yay! Welcome to the Stone Age! Oh, I hear myself spiders. Okay, let's mine this quickly. If I could just take some from out here. Yeah, just to be safe. Hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, that should be enough. But the question is, how do I get out of here? Please? Okay. I would also need some more leather to prepare myself to make... Oh! Speaking of the devil, we got ourselves some cows. Okay. Cows, I need your leather. Give me your leather. Oh, okay. Okay. More. And probably more. More. And yeah. We will also probably need ourselves some string because there's like a lot of sheets for the meat. Oh. What we have to do. Ah, okay. Alright, who put that in the script? Okay, so the whole round of killing later, I decided I needed more materials to get myself ready. So I grabbed myself some iron and check around the surface of the cave until I decided I finally need to search for a place to stay and make myself a base. Apparently my pickiness of, of places are very visible. I've went past some meadows and cluster of flowers, and yet I still not satisfied. Yeah, this is will probably be the second flower cluster. Is it like the flower meadows? So I climbed myself mountains, and I found myself a ravine, and then yeah, I found myself a cliff edge, and then I arrived in a farland. Minecraft probably had enough of me spawning and despawning some chunks, so finally, after a couple of walks later, I've decided to just settle down to the first place that I see, and apparently, I saw these mountains. Things getting dark, and yeah, I figured this place is good for us to stay. And there's some places that I like and don't like, but yeah, probably the me then thinks I could fix that parts later. And yeah, there's quite a lot of things. There's like some ice, some snow, and a good decent of forest as well. So yeah, I decided to stay here in a while. That is until I nearly decided to go another round elsewhere. Yeah, which is what I ended up doing. I instinctively go to the side of the place, and Minecraft just decided to spawn a savannah, which is probably just telling me to just stay here and just don't go elsewhere. But again, who am I to decide? So I just decided, yeah, I'll go to another side. And yeah, finally going to the other side, I found myself a perfect place to start and finally set my spawn and start to make things. And I decided to finally settle down some of my farming and yeah, finally to go on myself trying to cook all of this food that I've scavenged. Yeah, a good way to explain scavenge. Okay, I did try to cook a whole iron there in a crafting table, which, in my defense, okay, I don't have a defense, but hear me out. Minecraft should be able to make like, I don't know, like immediately cook iron. So okay, just not gonna argue with myself, but the script says so. But yeah, this is just me explaining things and clearing up some space. So I'm just clearing up some space around, clearing up some grass, and then I try to find myself some seeds to start a farm to hopefully be able to start farming as well. And apparently I've run out of coal, so I have to find and scavenge some, which was not very fun. And I found myself in a surface cave, which it doesn't really have a lot. Yeah, there's like a couple of zombies around, and my hand just immediately went to panic mode. Yeah, as you can see on my movement and my clicking, I attack as if I'm in PE, which in PE you are able to spam click everything and just hope that it ends well. So I decided to go a couple of rounds later and found myself a quite steep hole. Ooh, I nearly fell there. So I've covered this up to decided to make things more safer and to prevent my future self to accidentally dropping to such height and dying in a stupid way. Finally, I made myself a farm. It's not big, but well, it's a start. And I also figured that this place is a good place to start planting some sugar canes. For later purposes, I would probably need paper for later, the books, and I'd probably be needing farms to make an animal pet. Yeah, I'll need a couple more leather. Thus, even after all of that killing, yeah, probably still be needing a lot more than that. So I dig up some place to make up some space for other crops, and I decided to light up some of the places as well after this, and plant some of the seeds and hope that nothing goes bad. After so, I finally decided to clear up some of the spaces around to make things around the base a lot more clearer and a lot more easy to access. I decided to make my base underground. Well, not quite underground, but I've decided to start with like a mole people aesthetic. And I also decided to just lower my base just one-ish block and made myself a manhole. It's not glorious at first, okay? But it's still in the progress. You know, you have to make it exist first, then make it good later. So, couple more digging and digging and digging and digging. Okay, but this digging take quite a while. And 8 picks later, and what is remains of my share wheel, I present to you a time lapse. Alright, Then those are the finished result. Though I'm not quite satisfied yet, I was at least happy on how it turns out. It took me quite some time, but here comes the case on how I managed to get myself lost in my storage system. I'm planning to make an enchanting table and I managed to lose all of the diamond that I put in my storage system. So, with my bird brain, I decided to keep searching and just keep spamming off chests and just hope that I at least be able to find them. So I remembered that I still have one more chest down there, down in the mines, and else while I wait, I also contacted my moderator. Shout out to them. If it weren't for my moderator, Secrecy, thank you so much, I would have gone immediately back to strip mining to get my diamonds. So I checked down here and still I managed to still get myself lost in my cave. And finally I found my chest. And I found none. So disappointed, I decided to go back upstairs and remind myself again, where did I put it? Until these happens. Okay, I just put it here. I checked here. Okay, there's like nothing there. What are you looking at? Oh, wait. I put myself like those. Oh! Okay, so after all this time, I was looking at. Okay, I was looking at different chests. Okay. Okay. Alright, that will be it for this video today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave some like and subscribe if you hadn't. Stay tuned, stay cool, till the next video. I'd see you again in the next one. Bye-bye!
Was I on mute all this time? Was I on mute all this time? I. Ah! 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 I was like, wait, people can't hear me. Wait, was that mean I was on mute all this time? As I was saying, I was struggling to keep like a base